And
Caller on the air. There you go. Caller on the air. What's the tea? Sammy, what's the tea?
What is on your head?
Child, this is my veil
Okay.
because we are here today. Hallelujah. Let me bring Antonio up. Hold on before I get started because I got something I want to say to the people. Hey there, Antonio.
Hey,
Girl,
what's
Miss
up?
Quad. I can't. Oh, okay. Well, since Miss Quad is in all white and the rest of us are in black, make sure that you guys like and subscribe to this video as we are about to lean in. But before we lean in, I just want to say that this is the lean, and we want to thank you for 3,000. What is it? 3.02. I don't know how you over 3,000 followers at this
It's a
point.
lot.
Really appreciate that. And for those of you that are new, today is going to be not only a burial, but it's going to also be a resurrection. Amen. We're going to resurrect shade. That means when you come to this channel, we're going to throw shade and we're going to throw fun shade, sometimes a little shady shade, but we're going to do that because that's what we are used to doing, and we're not going to change that for anybody. And we're going to bury, let's see, if we're going to resurrect shade, we're going to bury negativity. No negativity when you come this way. You come on this channel, you come kick off your shoes, relax your feet, you have a good time. And the other thing that I want to go ahead and resurrect is fun. The lean is fun. There are so many dynamic personalities, and we are all here to go ahead and give you some entertainment as we pamper you. You know what I'm saying? And so, if we're going to go ahead and resurrect fun, that means that we're going to go ahead and bury sensitivity.
Yes.
Amen. Can I
Yes.
get amen?
Amen.
Don't get me hot up in here tonight. Don't get me hot up in here tonight, because God doggone it, I get to preaching up in this thing. With that being said, again, make sure that you guys like and subscribe to this show. Thank you for the success of this show. Thank you to Sammy. Thank you to Antonio. Thank you to Jasmine. Thank you to Dream. And most importantly, thank you to y'all, because without no y'all, it wouldn't be no us. Now, one thing that we did not do last week, and I don't know why we didn't do it, we were just so wrapped up in catching up and doing this and doing that, is we didn't talk about the fashions down to the wedding. So we're gonna go ahead and get that out of the way real quick, because I thought that honestly the girls ate. The girls showed up to the wedding. Antonio, what did you think about that?
I thought they looked amazing. I thought everybody looks good. Um, you know what? I'm gonna tell you one thing that's off, and I kind of wish this person would stop doing that. Is these little side bun ponytail things that Dr. Jackie been doing lately? I ain't really feeling that, but other than that, I thought everybody looked amazing. I thought Simone looked bomb. Like she put on her good cincher and she was cinched and snatched and pulled. I thought they looked great.
Okay, Sammy.
I agree, Simone. I don't know if I want to say this is the best I've seen Simone look, but she looked really good at the wedding. I liked everybody. I was not a fan of Dr. Jackie's hair, and I wasn't a fan of Heavenly. I wasn't a fan of Heavenly's look. Period. The dress or the hair. But as you know, I guess blending in with them, she looked okay.
Watch out, because the heifer wasn't invited no way. I really liked Toya's color
Yeah,
choice.
that iridescent
Overall,
was amazing.
you
Mm-hmm.
said what?
That iridescent was amazing.
Yeah, I loved it. All in all, I don't really have nothing to knock. I thought that considering the girls look good, excuse me, good. Now I did look high and low. I did look high and low. That's funny, high and low for Sweet Tea. In her wedding dress. I got pictures, but I couldn't get a great quality picture of it. So Sammy, say your comments, because I know where you're finna go with that. But I could not find really much of anything in regards to her. So this is the best that I could do. It looks like she did not change her dress at all. So she didn't have change of looks. She didn't have pressed out drapes, as we're gonna get into in a little bit. And it was piping everywhere that was exposed. And we'll get into that in a little bit. However, all things considered, Sweet Tea 31, a country girl. What do you guys think, Antonio? What do you think?
I thought she looked good. I thought it was, very traditional, mermaid style. I thought, whoever put her in it and fitted the dress to her, I thought they did a really good job. I think she looked pretty.
Sammy?
She did. She was a pretty bride, and they've been ragging on her body, but whatever they did, I don't know if they, padded her or whatever, but
Yeah,
she had a nice little silhouette. She was a pretty bride.
he was.
I agree. I thought she looked great. As I said, all things considered, she looked good. I thought that everybody did show up with their best foot forward as far as the fashions were concerned. And I really don't have many notes. Dr. Heavily can't dress, and that ain't gonna change, child. It is what it is. She gonna always mess something up. So, her and Simone, considering where they've come from, I thought they did okay. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Greetings from London. Thank you for tuning in and staying up to watch us all the way in London. We really do appreciate that. Mate, did I say that right? Is it mate or is that Australia?
Don't do nothing you ain't supposed to be
Don't do
doing.
that I ain't supposed to do, Chad, because it's going to resurrect me next. Thank you. All right, guys, let's get right on into it. The episode starts and Alora went to prom and she had a hotel room with her girlfriends and she really didn't want to talk about the boys. Was the boys up in the room? What y'all think? Give the honest
Yes,
answer.
yes.
Now, do
Alora,
you,
I will say this. Alora looked like her senior prom was how a senior prom is supposed
Should
to
be.
be. She got
Mm-hmm.
a hotel room. She looked like she had been through it. Her wig was tore up. Her lashes was barely hanging on. Her mascara had ran like she looked like she had a ball
She had
for
a
her
ball.
senior prom. And rightfully so, because she knew her mom then was tied up at that wedding and trying to argue and get into that wedding. So she took advantage of that fully. She had fun, and I hope she did. But it was definitely some boys in that room.
They might have had some innocent fun, but the boys was up in there.
The boys was in there. Yeah, I
They
ain't
was
saying
in
they did nothing, but the boys was definitely in there.
if I was, okay, anyway, so y'all saying that she came back home looking like how Dr. Heavily goes out.
Oh Lord.
Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
Okay, I
I
just didn't know. I want to clarify. All
I
right.
didn't say the Heavenly has been looking a lot better,
Yeah,
this season.
she's
So
had a style evolution since season two. I must admit, I
yeah,
can't even knock
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Season one, she had the big. Remember, she had the big Mike Kors purse with the lock on it at the
yeah,
party when them girls was fighting by that pool.
yeah. I
Um,
for that.
so she's come a long way. Phaedra and Heavenly are at Quad's house. Quad has mixed feelings and wants to understand what level of friendship her and Heavenly are at. Quad says that Heavenly was booed up with her new friend Sweet Tea and her big teeth.
Damn.
Heavenly says, Heavenly sees Quad, as a little sister. His veil is in the way, but I ain't taking it off. Heavenly sees Quad as a little sister and will give her tons of passes. So every pass that Quad probably should be giving Heavenly says that she gives them to Quad.
Mm.
Um, they go ahead and talk about Dr. G and Sweet Tea's wedding, and Phaedra says it was giving funeral home realness, and the pipes and drapes were something that she was not here for, most especially because the drapes were wrinkled. Quad reassures us that her drapes were not wrinkled. So we thank you for clearing the air on that, Quad. I didn't know how I was going to sleep at night. Heavily says that she was outside and missed the ceremony, and Quad is gad boots because she says that they're supposed to be BFF, and she cannot believe that they just have fallen out. Heavily reassures us that she ain't did nothing. Now Heavily ain't did nothing. She don't know why the people picking her up. And Phaedra brought Quad to the Bachelorette, and that's to be that. Excuse me, I forgot this is Tuesday night. That's the bitch that she should be mad at. It's Phaedra, not her. She definitely passed that book right off to Phaedra. She honestly should be mad at the both of you, but we'll get into that. Um, so Quad says her thing is that she and Heavenly are friends and have spats, but they never go too far to the point where they cannot bounce back. So when she saw the picture of Heavenly and Sweet Tea, she questioned Heavenly's loyalty and where her heart really truly lies in regards to their friendship. Heavenly says that she really didn't think Quad gave a F, and Quad says that she cares about Heavenly more than she knows, and when she saw her posted up with Sweet Tea, she was like, well, damn. And it makes her, again, uh, question the friendship since where she comes from in Memphis, they don't do each other like that. So she don't know what they got going on down in Miami, but that's not how they roll in Memphis.
True
Uh,
T.
huh?
I said true T.
Okay, I ain't from Miami, so I totally agree. Heavenly apologizes, and she says she thought it was funny. Quad wants to know where the support was for her. So as Quad wants to know what the support was for her, Heavenly says that Quad stepped away from the group and didn't reach out to the group at all like she did during season 6 when she was going through her divorce. Quad says that no one reaches out to her, and Heavenly says Quad is going to have to own something on this here day today. Quad says that she has absolutely no problem with that. However, let's be fair across the board. She doesn't call the group, and the group does not call her. Heavenly, ooh, girl is taking me out. Heavenly takes a deep sigh because she's annoyed with that bitch. And Heavenly, I feel you, dog. Anyway, Heavenly, ta- Heavenly takes a deep sigh and says the problem is that Quad doesn't take ownership for anything, and that she excuse me, and that is what the group's frustration is. So the group's frustration, according to Heavenly, is that Quad does not own any of her wrongdoings amongst the group, but will definitely take the group to task about what she feels they've done to her ad nauseum. Um, so then, Quad gets to talking, and Heavenly says, "Well, now wait a minute, baby, don't talk to me like that, because I'm a grown woman. You can't talk to me like that." And she definitely sunned Quad, who did not talk to her like that for the rest of the scene. Or maybe she respects her, I don't know. But as she was telling her not to call her that, she was definitely calling Quad in the same breath all kinds of bitches. So, just saying. Uh, Heavenly says to just say all Quad needs to do is to have reached out to the girls and to have done better. And Quad says, okay, I needed to reach out to the girls on my end, and I could have done better with them as well. Heavily thanks her for that. And then she says, while all of this is happening, excuse me, and then while all of this is happening, Heavenly is, Phaedra is just over watching, eating her fruit because this honestly has nothing to do with her because she has nothing to do with it. The last portion of this scene, I want to break this whole scene down because there's a lot to talk about, and I don't want to waste any time tonight. So I just want to break the whole scene down, and we can go ahead and get into it as long as you guys need to. Heavenly wants to know, moving forward, is Quad going to reach out to the girls because she thinks that they miss her? And Quad says she misses them, but she doesn't say going forward that she will reach out to the girls. Heavenly says her and Quad are good for now, as long as Heavily doesn't mess up, according to Quad. So that was a big scene. I'm sorry, you guys, for breaking the whole scene down instead of going bit by bit, but we don't really want to belabor the point. It's a big opening scene. We have a whole show to go. So with that being said, Sammy, what did you think about the sit down between Quad and Heavily at the beginning of the episode where Phaedra did nothing?
I enjoyed the scene. I always like to see Heavenly and Quad together. Um, Granted, I do think that Quad can be accountable for some things, but what I'm confused on what Heavenly is referring to, that the group is upset because Quad doesn't take accountability for the things that she's done to them, and the only thing that I can think of is that she's done things to Toya. I'm not sure what Simone's grab could be or what Jackie's grab could be. I do know Toya has a reason to have issue with Quad, but the rest of them fall into that groupthink umbrella, and it seems like they just grow with Toya just to have a issue with Quad. I'm not upset with Quad for not reaching out to those girls. It's not like that they are just the closest. I mean, if we can see as viewers that they're not too fond of her, what makes us think that she doesn't feel that? I mean, she said something later on in the episode that to me is very much so like when we get together for film and we can film, but outside of this, I don't have nothing to do with y'all. It's a bunch of, to me, and I'll save it more for later on. But to me, it's a bunch of we want you to be accountable, but that's really just under the guise of we want you to kiss our ass because we don't think that you should be here.
That's
That's what I
pretty heavy and loaded.
think.
Antonio?
Um, I think that it was a really good scene. I'm not sure really, even though the scene was pretty good. I'm not sure of how much they actually got accomplished. Because I love Miss Qua. Miss Qua, she got it down. However, we can see later on that there still wasn't anything that she really took accountability for. I get it that we can sit and go back and forth all day about, well, yeah, you could have called me or I could have called you. Somebody got to make the first move. Sammy, what you said does kind of make sense. Maybe they I don't think it's necessarily that they want Quad to kiss their ass because they don't feel like she should be there. I do feel like a few of them, definitely Simone, was over Quad remember when she had that birthday party a few seasons ago and she, pulled her co-host from the sister circle to the front and she gave them they props and how much they was there for her and they her real sisters and stuff like that. I think that some of them may be still holding on to that, i.e. Simone. I just don't think, I think Jackie just kind of like whatever with Quad. I think she can take it or leave it. If Quad is there, cool. If Quad is not there, cool. But this episode did kind of let me know that Jackie don't really, ain't really fooling with her like that either, as well as the previous episode. I don't think that Heavenly really likes Quad, but I do think that Heavenly is trying to think about what can she do to keep this show moving forward. So she needs Quad to kind of be a part of that, especially now with Letitia and Dr. G being back in the mix. But I think outside of that, she probably wouldn't really care either. I just felt like Heavenly kind of seen this as an easy, really good potential storyline for for season 10, especially also with Phaedra joining as well.
I do see, based on not even just the TV show alone, but like stuff that happens with Heaven. Now, what I'm noticing about her, she is a production puppet, based on that, especially with the live that they did last night, she's a production puppet.
Yeah, I watched
but
a little bit of it, yeah.
And like you said, I do remember the Sister Circle episode, but I also have to take into account, like, that was right after the divorce, when they were very heavily speaking on, well, we don't even know if she has a place in this group. So I mean, I
Now,
get why she
Sammy,
does it again.
listen, I sit back and I listen to a lot. But I think that you also have to remember at that time, she was running to her sister circle group. She was, Quadria Walters. She did have an era of she was elevated because she was on an additional platform outside of the group. And that group did reach out to her during her divorce. They reached out to her and she didn't respond and she didn't come around, and then they waited on her when she did come around, and they honestly were over her then, and it actually was Mariah who tried to tell them that's not, Quad ain't doing it so maliciously. That's just how Quad is. She like to go on her little sister circle and she like to be on her own and she like to deal with it and she like comes out. Nobody wanted to listen to Mariah then. However, I feel like they felt that they did try to reach out to her. They were trying to be supportive of her. They did it on her terms, which is what you should probably do when someone is going through a tumultuous time in their life, is be there for them if you truly want to be there for them on their own term. But in the same end, as Antonio said, she was also doing things that was not okay. Not saying that, her going into her seclusion is wrong, but getting up there and saying, my real sisters, my sister circle sisters, when these girls have been down with you, you gotta remember, a lot of them didn't even want her in the damn group to begin with.
So let's be careful when we say they've been down with her, because we can't say that when
But
from
what I'm
season one,
saying though
episode
is,
one, they ain't want her around.
I can't be careful because I said it. They were down with her. They did not want her in the group. She went ahead and they went ahead and won over their group, and they became one season 2, and they welcomed Quad, went in with open arms, and she's the new queen bee, and hip hip huzzah, and we all vote Mariah out, and this is who we want. And then as soon as she got an opportunity, in their opinion, to be elevated above the group, she not only took it, but she shitted on them in the process. And that is something that has to be acknowledged because that is what she's done. So this time around, now that Greg is getting married and Sweet Tea is in this group, and she doesn't speak to them after the reunion. We're gonna get into it a lot more in detail later. But now that Greg and Sweet Tea are back in the group or whatever, and now she's not calling them at the reunion, but they don't call me, but I don't call them. I think it is also a lesson learned. Well, Quad don't like nobody calling her when she's going through something, so she'll come to us, and if she don't never come to us until it's time to film, then we are not friends, because in my line of friendship, that is not how we roll. And I think that both sides, honestly, I'm not knocking Quad for how she feels, but I do think that the other side is valid as well. It is not just like a attack Quad kind of thing, because that's what it kind of is coming off like, and it's not that. I don't feel like it's that. Now, I do think that the girls that she calls her friends within the group are the ones that she needs to examine the most, i.e. Heavenly. Heavenly is not that bitch friend. And Heavenly doing her martial orders because she a production puppet, but she also Dr. Jackie puppet too. And all these slips are starting to show. So my question is Quad gonna do something about it? Because last reunion she did not. So will she do something about it this time? Is she so connected? Is her place within this group so hinged upon accepting Heavenly's BS that she's not going to stand up for herself? Because that's not the Quad I knew. She fell out with Mariah for saying that she gave her a platform and friendship and sisterhood is not a platform. Yet these hoes have said everything in the book about you, and you don't say anything. And I'm not saying that Mariah is a saint and all that stuff. I'm just saying the energies are a lot different, and I'm trying to figure out why. And I've been trying to
I
figure out why for like the last 2 seasons.
I do because to me it does seem like Quad, as it when it comes to Heavenly, for whatever reason she's kind of biting her tongue, or she is not really being or stating her true feelings, because it's like Quad say, we don't go too far or we don't go too deep. And I'm like, well, what would Quad really consider somebody going too deep? Because, remember Mariah saying something about her, and I hate to keep bringing up Mariah because she, is no longer a part of this show or anything. But when Mariah said at their reunion that she, was sleeping, slept with her, the married brother-in-law or whatever, Quad was so upset about that. However, it's like, Heavenly can say it and you can just be like, oh, okay, cool. She just talking mess. It's just how she is. I don't get it. So I think, just as much, Sammy, as you may say that, they want Quad to kiss their butts because that she needs them. I think she kind of recognizes that in some aspect, she still needs to have some type of end to this group, and even if that comes with allowing Heavenly to slightly, disrespect her, in order to still be able to, to earn her paycheck. I hate to see it because I really want Quad to kind of like check Heavenly. I feel like as far as the women that's on that cast right now, as far as someone that's actually able to stand and really go at it with her, it would be Quad or maybe Phaedra. But I hate to see her in that light, and that she's kind of in that position where it's kind of like, she has to, be extremely smart and strategic with how she approaches the situation.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense as to why she ain't got on Heavenly yet. That's the only thing that makes sense because that's her end to still be able to be a part of the group.
Well, now you got two. She got to end. Unfortunately, it's Phaedra, but she
I don't
got to
see
end
that
with
being long.
Phaedra.
I agree with Sam, and not even to go into it, but
What was that? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, looking at some of, or seeing some of Phaedra's confessionals,
She ain't really rocking with her neither.
I don't
I
really
don't even
see
think it's
that
the
friendship lasting long unless they build and get stronger going forward. But as of right now, to me, that's not a really strong foundation there with Phaedra and
Okay.
with Quad.
Well, wait. Let's go ahead and table that because that is a discussion that we need to have. We're going to move through and we're going to get to it. Let's
Okay.
table that. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Stay tuned for Salt Lake City, which comes on right after us. And thank you for making Tuesday nights your two choices in one. Thank you. Okay. Okay. All right. Dr. Jackie meets with the Brat and Judy. And the only reason why we're going to talk about it is because we at least need to mention this on air here as well, because this platform serves, everyone. And so Brat is 48, and that comes with many risks. And they're having a come to Jesus meeting with Brat about being so busy and slowing down. She's 26 weeks pregnant and must, really just kind of take that into account that she's getting up there in pregnancy, and she needs to really just slow it down at the encouragement of Brat and Dr. Jackie. And the reason why I felt like this scene was a little bit important to discuss is because she says that, she's, I don't know if she really called a high risk, but she, is in that category, and I'm not, being shady or anything like that. If I'm saying it wrong, I know y'all gonna let us know because y'all have no problem letting us know what we do wrong over here. Um, and so, with that being said, Black women are treated differently medically, and the racial injustice in the hospital brings upon stress, which brings upon maternity mortality, which Black women are the leading rate in. So, I just wanted to get that out there, and just put that out there, just if you guys weren't aware or you missed a scene and you're watching us now, you're aware of these injustices that our Black sisters have to go through.
Yes.
All right, moving right along. Cecil and Simone are looking over family photos, and the reason why I wanted to touch on this is because something's starting to smell a little off with this. Cecil and Simone are looking over family photos to make a board which can help them remember the good times when they aren't getting along, according to Dr. Simone. Now, just very briefly, are they? What's going on? Like Simone has been making like comments. We don't get along. We don't see eye to eye. We're always arguing or whatever she's saying. She's saying them in laughter. Now, let's look at this mood board when we are getting, like, What's the tea like? Is there trouble in paradise again? Have they ever really truly fixed it and they're just gonna just grow old together and get over it? What do you guys think? Antonio, what do you think? Because that is starting to stick out to me because it's the fourth or fifth episode in a row where she's made a comment like this, and now this mood board, it just is a little weird to me.
Yeah, it definitely seems as if there are some big cracks in that foundation. And I really hate that because I really like them as a couple. But it consistently seems as if there's frustrations about, parenting and how they are with the boys. Simone mentioned even like she kind of wants him to back up her decisions because I guess it always seems like she's doing what he wants to do as it relates to the kids. He's a lot more lenient. He wants to give, which I understand, but you still have to take those and be teachable, as we discussed also last week. So I hate to say it, but I definitely think that there is something that's brewing there. I mean, when you got to create a science project board, and put pictures on it so you can look at it. Hopefully that'll bring you down from really going all the way over the cliff. Like that's some serious. That's to me that's serious, and I don't know how the picture's gonna help. Because honestly, if I'm mad at you, I see a picture of you, I'm gonna get even madder. So
Cutting it up.
right, throwing it in the trash. So I hate to say it, and it does seem like I at one point did think that they had kind of gotten through their issues because at that time it seemed like the issue was something different. It was allowing that third party to be a part of their relationship or to bring additional stress into their relationship, and it did seem like they had gotten through that and they were going to write the book, and then they pulled back on the book because they was like, maybe we shouldn't revisit that. But now it seems like this is adding on to Simone's stresses about parenting, and I guess I can see how that can really be frustrating when you feel like, hey, we should do X, and the other person feels like, well, we should do Y, and then you always end up doing Y instead of that person kind of backing you up in what you need to do, or there being decisions made and you not really be a part of those decisions, but because they've already been made, you end up having to go with them. That I'm sure that's frustrating, and I hope they fix it.
Mm-hmm. Antonio, excuse me, Sammy.
Yeah, it's been a little off, and even today, like Antonio was saying, the mood board and the pictures would kind of upset me. Cecil made a comment today, well, on this episode, when she was saying like, you move fast, you move slow, and she was pointing about the wedding picture, saying like he was slow to engage. He was like, I was really slow to get to that day. So it's like they kind of like throwing comments at each other like they're regretting being married or something. I don't know if maybe when they were working on the book, the reason they said they stopped it because they felt like it was going to pull them apart of when they were working on it. Something kind of just made them start going back at odds again because now it seems like there's like frustration or there's tension there, but instead of being direct about it, they're doing it in regards to how they're parenting the boys. So it's like they're trying to, they still add it, but they're doing it in a way that doesn't look as bad. But it's some off. I don't really care for it, you know.
Yeah,
So, but and I don't know if I could say thinking about it now if they really did do all the work that they needed to
I don't
do
think they did.
after they saved them that one time at the reunion. I don't know if they just hop back in and Tammy's gone, we good, and now we have all these other issues that we really didn't address then. So I don't know, but some off with it.
yeah.
They did therapy during the next season, season six, and they were touching on things and getting somewhere. And I don't know if somewhere along the lines they stopped. But Sean S has a simple solution, and she knows what the issue is, and she says that Simone is tired of Cecil lazy butt. Thank you, Sean S. Yeah.
Cecil got to hold up because Cecil got to. Cecil ain't. I'm sure he ain't just sitting there just spending Simone or making decisions about Simone's money because I think Simone would mention this. Simone is very outspoken. She would mention this my money,
I
but
don't
she
see her
ain't did
going for
that. So
that.
he got to be bringing some type
Yeah.
of something into
I would
that
hope
account
so.
in order to be able to make those type of decisions and for Simone to go along with
And
it.
you got to remember back in the day when Simone switched everything over to that new system that she was using, and Cecil was the one who was paying all the bills and taking care of the household solely. Sounds like they do things jointly together, and it was all on Cecil. So he's had her back as well. I really don't want to talk about it too much longer because it just hurt my feelings because they my favorite couple.
Yeah.
Them and Toya and Jean. I know people feel the way about Toya and Eugene, but all things
I love
considered, I like
Eugene.
Toya and Jean too, and I ain't gonna change over here.
Eugene probably my favorite husband on that show.
All things considered. Daquan. Daquan, my sweet baby, that was for 1 week only. 7:30 was 1 week only. We're back at 8 going forward. We just went ahead and gave you those extra 30 minutes because we need to go ahead and get to that final scene that we almost did not get to. So we did that for you guys for 1 week only, but we're back at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. So make sure that you guys keep it here. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on with the show. Phaedra is with her butler Benji, who need to come deliver something to me.
What? What? Like what?
The front of the bag.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
I was thinking about Benji. Resurrect me, honey. Yes. And then Burby at the same time, girl. Okay. And she Benji, and she's passing out invites to her event for Quad to give her a second chance with the ladies, but she doesn't necessarily say what the invite is for. And that's because Quad feels like the girls have put her into an early grave. Phaedra is going to have a resurrection, and she hopes the girls still want to give Quad a second chance. They deliver the invites to all of the ladies except for Sweet Tea. Talk about a bitch that's just always getting the wrong Phaedra Parks. Um, Anyway, Toya's having Simone and Sweet Tea over, which is the first time they're seeing Tea since her honeymoon in Dubai. Sweet Tea didn't have sex until the third day as she came on her period, which she attributes to stress. Toya, good Lord, child, this thing right here. Toya tells Sweet Tea that she needs to hurry up and finish her meal so they can go on to her next activity. And yet another scene where Toya talks to her friends that she brings onto the show like crap. I did not like Anika, but I recognize that Toya was a nasty bitch to Anika first.
She deserved it.
Absolutely. Now that was the second part. I was gonna leave unmentioned because I didn't talk to her like that again. But dang, can Sweet Tea eat her little steak? I know that's her second plate, but let her get her second.
Was that spaghetti? What was they eating?
Like
He
it looked
said
like some
something
type
about
of pasta.
spaghetti.
I was thinking maybe she was telling her to come on because maybe they were on a like a time thing and she wanted them to really enjoy the IV things.
Or maybe she just wanted to film and get out her house.
Possibly, or whoever house it is.
Oh, shit. Oh boy, okay. That was our first Toya rented house joke all season. Y'all give it up. We went 4 or 5 episodes of that one this year. Last year we
Love
were renting
Toya. I
houses
love
out.
Toya.
That's all right. It's okay. Toya, you know she
Little
in
munch.
somebody else's damn house. So if she get mad about that, she get on. She knows she in apartments. They're getting IVs, and Simone asks Sweet Tea why she hadn't had sex for 3 days on her honeymoon. T says that her menstruation started. Am I saying that right? Menstruation? I believe I'm saying it right, correct. Her
Yeah.
period started. Good Lord. I think I'm saying it right though.
You
Let
did
me
say
know
it
in the
right.
group chat.
Yes. Yes.
I don't have one, so hey, I believe is it
Nobody up here
menstruation
does.
or is it menstruation?
What was the other option?
Administration.
No, I think you said it right the first time, Chase.
Okay, thank you. Her administration started, and
No.
she had some spottiness and thought she was pregnant since she had just got off her cycle, and it keeps coming on. Simone grabs her by the hands and says, "No, my sweet baby, you got to know your body. You got to know yourself." Come back into it. No, that's not what it. You cannot be pregnant and be having that going on, Bookie dude. Good Lord. Um, Simone says this is not good as that is a sign of irregular bleeding, and that must be one of the perks to being cool with the doctor. She told her right then, actually, no, you need to come see me immediately. Sweet Tea sees Phaedra's invite and to her event and realized that she wasn't invited. Simone says that maybe T wasn't invited because it's about Quad, and Toya says, "Well, the hell, why she invite me to the bit? Why she invite me to it?" Toya isn't trying to be around anyone who played her family, and Phaedra should understand that more than anyone. I don't get why she should understand that because Phaedra played with people's family all the time, but whatever. Toya wants to get an O shot, and she says that she doesn't need it because it's like macaroni down there. And I said, well, macaroni, if you dyed it red.
Say gushy. That gushy stuff. Okay, Letitia. Let them know. Macaroni in a pot.
Okay, you guys, did you
Wow.
have, what do you think about that? Because, like, that's something to talk about. Um, Clearly, she does not know her body, know herself. So at one point, I was thinking, well, did she just get with this man knowing she couldn't have children and just wanted to get with the man to be on the show like everybody says she's doing? Um, or not? Like, what do you guys think about the whole situation? And Phaedra not inviting Sweet Tea to the event quickly.
Um, I understand Phaedra not inviting Sweet Tea because Sweet Tea can't have it both ways. You can't say don't mention Quad and I don't want to be, or don't, don't mention Quad name around me and blah blah blah. Okay, but clearly this event is about Quad specifically, so it made sense for her not to invite Sweet Tea. Not only that, Sweet Tea and Quad don't have any type of issues that they need to hash out. At this point, everybody's kind of guessing. They don't really know for sure. But I understand why she didn't invite Sweet Tea. She was kind of respecting Sweet Tea's wishes because of how, things happen with her bringing Quad to Sweet Tea's pamper lingerie party or whatever it was, bridal party. Um, I don't want to speak too much on, I guess, Sweet Tea and the baby or because I know that's a touchy subject for a lot of people. I
Absolutely.
would like to know though, did Sweet Tea know that she was having those type of issues prior to getting with Dr. G? I think if me personally having that information, it would tell me a lot. It would tell me why she may have did it, because if she did know, okay, cool, but if you did know and then you told this man I can give you this baby, and it seems like that was one of the main things that he pulled from the conversation with her, is like, okay, she's gonna give me what I want, which is a little G running around here, then then that's a completely different situation if she knew it and she kind of did that, because then it shows that you did have ulterior motives with getting with that man, other than us already knowing you get a little access through the money. So yeah. I do like I like. Let me also say this with Toya. I think I like how Toya is with the people that she does like, because she was like, y'all get whatever y'all want on the list. It's on me. See, somebody like me at this point would have been like, okay, y'all can get one thing, and then y'all got to pay for the rest.
Can they use the same needle? No, they can't do that.
No, you got to change. You got to get a new one.
Okay, well, I ain't paying for new needles, so figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. Don't be drunk. Conserve your energy.
God,
Sam, do you have anything you want to add to that, or you want to move forward?
I get why, especially given that Phaedra's close to Greg and they just had that conversation. And like Antonio said, I mean, the whole thing was for Quad to make amends with the people outside of the group that she's been having an issue with. So it didn't really make sense to invite Sweet Tea. So I got it why. I don't know. We've been hearing them say like, well, Toya making her little digs at Quad, and now this is the time to actually possibly speak to Quad, and now you don't have anything to say. So it's like, well, why have you been mentioning it this whole time? That was a little off to me, and it was also off to me to invite Sweet Tea with the thought of maybe Quad may be there when y'all know that she's been saying keep me away from Quad, don't mention Quad, and then you gonna invite the girl to say, well, come with us to see Quad. Well, we don't know if she's gonna be there, but she might. It was off to me, but I mean, hey, it's Toya. She never really makes sense to me.
Well, let me. Oh, okay.
Well, can I say this right quick? I meant to mention that in response to the only thing that's kind of off to me is Toya saying, she don't really have nothing to say to Quad because Quad, I guess, kind of came for her family or whatever. Mm-hmm. But Missing Tooth did as well, and Toya is friends with her, and that's why I'm kind of like, it seemed like to me Missing Tooth actually provided some type of. It seemed like to me she might have put it all on Quad.
Wait. Who was Missing Tooth?
Anita. Oh, I know you're not confused about it.
Wait.
Yeah, Missing Tooth.
I need to change that. Yeah.
I think she may have just genuinely apologized. Quad has yet to do that.
I know. You could tell
she did apologize last season.
At that union, Missing Tooth was really like, she didn't put it all away on Quad, but she wasn't taking ownership for nothing. I think she got Toya by herself. Was like, hey girl, listen, this what Miss Potato Head told me to do. This what she said. And I said that because, I love Quad, but I'm sure she called Quad that because Missing Two seems like that type of girl to do that.
Well, she did. Remember, she Missing Tooth um went ahead and told her that Zaina was the one. Like Applehead knew that Zaina was gonna come to the party because Applehead invited Zaina to the party herself to set up that rumor
She put
about.
everything on Quad.
She
And I
did. She
think
put everything on Applehead. She did.
she definitely put everything on Quad for sure. But yeah, go
Mhm.
ahead. That was my little 2 cents on it.
I was going to say that, I hear y'all, but I was under the impression, and my thought process was that she does not have a problem with Quad, right? She doesn't. So she says now. I don't know if she do or she don't, but what I'm saying is she is purported to not have a problem with Quad, and her issue was them springing up Quad unannounced at a bachelorette party for her wedding ceremony. They could have done it some other time, and she would have had an issue with being around Quad or whatever. Allegedly, so she says, but that was not the correct time or the place. So when there are events that are not like life events, then she may be okay with it. I thought that that was the issue. So is it that she does not want to be around Quad? Period. Is that the issue? Because then I'm mistaken. Because what I thought was, Phaedra is like being over the top. Like, okay, you not you was wrong for doing that because you did it unannounced. But if you're letting people know what's going on and who's going to be there and what it's for, you give them the autonomy to make the decisions themselves instead of you continuously making decisions for people and misjudging the situations as she's been doing. So that's what I thought.
I think if you don't really want someone's name mentioned or whatever the case is, you don't really want to be around that person. In this situation, it just didn't make sense for Letitia to be there. To me, it didn't make sense
Okay.
at all. Like it made no sense. Letitia's brand new to this group. Phaedra was there because Phaedra was, kind of put the event together. Clearly, Phaedra came in and was like, let me go ahead and run this reality TV show because she kind of like the head in every episode. So work Phaedra in regards to that. But back to Letitia, um, she didn't need to be there. It made no sense for her to be there. It made no sense for her to get an invite. Even though they didn't know what it was, even if they knew what it was, it definitely didn't make any sense for her to be there then. You don't want
Okay.
the lady name mentioned. You and her ain't got no issues. She said that when she popped up at your pamper party, whether it was wrong or not, she popped up, y'all hugged and all of that. Y'all was good. It, she shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have wanted to be there. There was no need for her to be there.
I guess she was doing her job like everybody say Heavenly and Quad was doing theirs, huh?
I guess so.
Hmm. All right. Heavenly, Jackie, and Alicia are on the way to Phaedra's event. Jackie notices they're coming up on Quad's exit, and Alicia, she was taking me out. They don't let her speak unless it's about collard greens. They don't let her, do much. But when she did finally get in, she made me holler, made me lose my breath, made me water. Alicia asked Jackie, well, if y'all stay up the street, how come y'all don't speak? Jackie said, I've been talking to that bitch for 10 years. Alicia said, okay, I'm gonna figure something else out. I'll be right back with you. Meanwhile, Toya, Sweet Tea, and Simone are on the way. And 2 days prior to the event, where they were at Toya's house getting those IVs, Toya says that, not Toya, excuse me. Oh, yes, Toya said that they were going to invite Sweet Tea regardless. So just come on, bring your pamper and come on, child. T says that if she can't get in the door, then she's going to go ahead and get an Uber. And Toya said, you couldn't pay for that wedding. How you gonna pay $1,000 for that Uber? Girl, you just gonna have to come on in the door, child. If they won't let you in, walk on in anyway, just like Heavenly did to your shit. Um, Simone says that if Phaedra has a problem with T being there, she'll leave as well. And that's another. Let's count it. Add Simone to the I don't see it for Phaedra list. She thinks she's funny and she's amused, but she don't see it. If that makes sense to me, I don't know. That's what I'm gathering. Um, Toya says that Quad must be coming if T wasn't invited. And T and Simone says, well, she invited Quad to the Bachelorette. So I'm coming to this, and it is what it is. In the other car, Dr. Alicia finally gets her thoughts together and says, for a group that always talking about Quad, why y'all don't talk to Quad? Fill me in. I don't know what I'm doing. And nobody answered her. So there was that. But Heavenly does feel that Quad will be there because Phaedra invited her to an event that she shouldn't have been at. So, you know, that's how it goes. Phaedra just does what she wants. Toya asks if T thinks Heavenly is going to approach her over the way she was treated at the wedding. And T says, well, how was she treated at the wedding? And Toya said, well, you know, you didn't tell that girl she wasn't invited. And T said, the bitch didn't tell me she was talking behind my back. So why should I tell her she ain't coming to the wedding? Just like I had to find out, you're going to find out. And guess what? I believe her. I rock with Sweet Tea on that. You got all that mouth. Find out at this wedding. I mean, you know that she got played the cards. That was that. The girl was talking about it behind her back. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Um, just very briefly, I don't really feel like there was much to talk about in that scene. Did y'all have something y'all want to say? What did y'all think about Dr. Alicia? Did she give? Did she serve?
At this at this point, we didn't got more of the Brett and Judy than we got Dr. Alicia.
I know so much about the Brat and Judy. That is funny.
I
All right,
am kind of like, I don't, I'm like, why is she? And I don't want to sound like that. She seems amazing, smart, her husband,
Why is
all of
she
that.
here?
But why is she here, Ike? Why is she
Why?
here?
Ike?
Like, I mean, and that was to me kind of like a Cynthia Bailey moment. We've kind of seen her do, you know, kind of like get in and like ask a question, you know, to kind of, but the people kind of shut it down. But I don't get it. But beautiful gowns, beautiful
She's a
girl,
beautiful woman.
beautiful
She's a very
career,
beautiful woman, I
all
think.
of that.
I think
Very.
that she really actually is one of the best dressed cast members this season from just the pictures that I've seen. Because every time I've seen her, she's been sitting down and she's been mute. So I don't know.
Exactly. I honestly don't even pay attention to her because she doesn't say anything.
Cute
Like
and
me,
mute.
I'm trying to be a part of that. Let me get in here. Let me get in here and see what I can stir up.
She
She
ain't
seems a
learned from
little fun
DC.
and goofy though. She does seem like she has a sense of humor.
Well, we need to see it.
I actually think her and Quad would be a funny duo because she is, you know, even
I
at
want
the
her to go at
thing,
Dr. Jackie.
you what?
I want her to go at Dr. Jackie.
Nah, get from
Yeah.
by that. Get from by that, cuz. Get from by that. Get from by that, cuz. You know, I don't rock Dr. Jack at all. So anytime.
That's why I say I want her to go at Dr. Jackie.
Oh, go at. I thought you said you want her to like be buddy buddy with Dr. Jackie.
No. I want her to go at Dr. Jackie.
Okay, well, do it. Yeah. Well, you know, that's the quickest way to get booted off the show.
Well,
Pick somebody else, baby. Don't.
well, clearly she might get booted anyway because she ain't did nothing as of right now to stay around.
So
So
she ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, she might well pull a Quad and just set it all up. Well, Quad ain't pulled it yet, but her and Quad, that's why I feel like her and Quad need to be an alliance. Both of them in the boat. Come on, God. Let's just go ahead and set it off, cuz. Let's just do this.
Yeah. Squad gonna be
Anywho,
more of an end to the group than Heavenly or Phaedra, because Phaedra ain't even a doctor and we don't even know where her doctor man is.
I don't see Phaedra coming back next year. I think this was just something for them to do, trying to save this season. Because Phaedra, it's all.
I think they would keep Phaedra, but they might, because it's kind of like they know Phaedra are kind of stir some mess up, and she kind of got some type of a relationship with some of those women, so I feel like they'll keep her around.
I think that's what's gonna have to keep her. She's gonna have to She's gonna have to start bickering with some of them.
you know who it's got to be. She got to come for their top dog. She's not my top dog, but she is their top dog. She got to come for Dr. Jackie. She's gonna have to do it.
She should.
She's gonna have to do it. And they did it a little bit, and we're gonna get right into it. It's 10:58 p.m. and they all pull up to the funeral home, and Heavenly tries to say to Sweet Tea, "Hey, baby, I'm just so happy to see you." Sweet Tea said, "If you don't get off of me, I'm gonna knock your ass out here." So we're gonna have a resurrection and a burial tonight. Sweet Tea was not with it.
She was.
I rock with that. Girl, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me smelling like chicken. Anyway, Phaedra arrives and everyone is creeped out at her black garb. Jackie thinks it's weird and she is unimpressed. Jackie's been a little bit vocal this season, huh? Now that I'm thinking about it.
She does not like Phaedra.
And she don't like Quad either. Phaedra starts the She is Risen event by telling Sweet Tea that while she's seated, she was not invited. And I holla. It was very, and Buffy, you should know. Because you're infertile. Girl, Sweet Tea said, girl, just come on with that vent, child. Come on with that vent. Who they trying, Sweet Tea, dog? Come on, Sweet Tea, stand up in your womanhood. Stand up in them Pampers and get these bitches where it hurt. All right. With that being said, and I actually feel like she did, and we're gonna get into that. She has risen event, and Sweet Tea was not invited, but she has risen. Phaedra says that in this group, they have a lot to share as they are all intelligent women from teeth, vagina, and tennis experts. And I holler again. Oh, only person that laughed was Toya, because everybody else thought it was funny. Even Dr. Alicia got her laughing, and Dr. Alicia was like, I might be quiet, but I got something going on. The bitch ain't got nothing going on, apparently, with a box wine, okay? At least I got that. Because they fired me, I can go to work. I don't know what you're going to do. The group cackled, and just like the phoenix has risen from the ashes, she has risen as well. Um, Kenny G, what's the okay? The lady played the saxophone. She played the hell out of that saxophone. So she wasn't Kenny G. She was Kendra G. Kendra G played the hell out of that saxophone as the casket enters the room. As Phaedra places her rose in the open casket, Quad pops up like the Undertaker. Sammy, give me what Quad gave to the people, because you know you Miss Quad on this show. Miss Quad, well, how did you pop out that casket, Miss Quad? Give it to the people.
Miss Quad, she ain't
Yeah,
had that one,
lost
baby.
it. Lost it.
She
And when
ain't
she
have
popped
it.
up
She
out of
ain't
that
have
casket, when she popped out that casket, I swear to God, Dr. Jackson said, this is some bullshit. They were not amused. And Toya says, what's next? Is Mariah gonna pop out? And I came here to tell you this, Toya. Nah, I came here to tell you this. You keep the Queen Bee name out your mouth, bitch. That's what you gonna do. You gonna keep the listen. Don't let that Queen Bee mouth come past that long tooth of yours, okay? Long tooth. Don't do it. Cause me and you gonna have an issue. You keep her name out your mouth. And that's that. Okay?
At least they didn't cut that part.
Yeah, that's true. But listen, you didn't cut that part. Bring the good girlfriend back. This season just would have been, whether you like her, or you hate it. This season just would have been 10 times even better, because now you got this, you got that, you got this, you got that, and she definitely would have had something to say about something. So let's get the show where it's going. Put your egos down, Andy. This is not Andy, not over Married Medicine, but Andy, put your ego down, dog. Let Nene come on back. Truly original, open up your wallets. Prevails a pop. Give my sister her things. Give her credit where it's due, and bring her back on the show. Y'all are not thinking. Y'all thinking about what y'all got going on, and the only people suffering is the shows and the viewers, because we're not happy. The shows are not producing. You keep the wrong girls and you cut the right ones. Bring the girls back. Hashtag. I want to use that hashtag because that's insensitive. But bring our motherfucking girls back, because I'm sick of watching these hoes that don't cut the mustard. I'm going on a tangent now because Drew and Saya don't cut the mustard. Jasmine gonna be mad at telling me Marlo does not cut the mustard. Dr.
Definitely
Alicia
Marlo.
does not cut the mustard, okay? Anika did not cut the mustard, okay? Bring the girls back who know how to cut some mustard and make a sandwich, and stop giving us this bullshit y'all been giving us.
That's true.
If I blink, my eye gonna get caught in this net. So I just keep my eyes open. Um, I done got mad again, child. Let me calm down. Anyway, so Quiet pops out the casket because she acting brand new, and she has her grand speech, and she says, she's well rested and restored, and Quiet says that today is a funeral, but not for her. And okay, Quiet, thank you for all the theatrics. Before I finish this, and I just want a quick yes or no, even in the group chat. In the group chat, yes or no, just yes or no, period. You two up here with me, yes or no? Did the scene, did the scene give what it was supposed to give? Antonio, yes or no?
No.
Did the not the scene, but the casket, the theatrics, did that give what it was supposed to give? Yes or no?
No. I hate this.
Sammy? Baby, there was no mustard cut on that one, okay? You overshot yourself, love. You overshot. In the group chat, give me yes or no. Give me yes or no. With that being said, as we move on, Quad is out pacing around the floor while everybody's looking confused as to what the hell is going on. And Quad says, this is about resurrection, and she is willing to just go ahead and move forward with the ladies, and she wants to go ahead and burn all of the shade and all of that stuff. And she asked Dr. Jackie, can I move forward with you in solidarity? And Dr. Jackie says, I actually don't have any problems, so I don't really know what the hell you're talking about. And Pride said, "You never really in the mess, so okay, all right. She skipped over Dr. Alicia because she knew Alicia wanted the collard greens. She goes to Heavenly and says, Heavenly, do you want to move forward? Can we move forward? And Heavenly says she actually has no problem with none of the ladies. Um, she even has no problem with Sweet Tea, and she does not understand why Sweet Tea would leave her off the list like she wasn't talking shit about her behind her back. So anybody would listen except for Sweet Tea. And Sweet Tea says, well, baby, I'm not really rocking with you right now because you were talking about me behind my back, saying, that my marriage would fail. And, Heavenly goes ahead and clarifies that I didn't say your marriage would fail, and I was only looking out for your best interest by telling everybody but you that I thought your marriage was going to fail. And I cannot stand Dr. Heavenly. Toya then jumps in and asks, well, listen, if you were really looking out for her best interest, do you think that was the way to go about it? And Heavenly just is like, yeah, that's how I would have gone about it. I stand on what I said, and that is my word. And I don't think it's anything wrong with how Heavenly feels, but it is definitely wrong how she went about it. And that's the thing about Heavenly. Heavenly's smart and dumb at the same time, and you cannot be both. You know what you did. Just own it to what you did. Now you want Quad to be accountable, but you yourself are not being accountable because you think this girl is, in her words, young, dumb, and full of cum, and it's not cool. Anyway, so they move right on ahead with that, and then they get into this big argument where they're about to bust each other up in the white meat, and in that time, what is her name? Sweet Tea says that you have problems too. You said that you hit your husband upside the head with a frying pan. Let's put a comment out because we're gonna come back to that. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and talk about it right now. You hit your husband in the head with a frying pan. Dr. Heavenly act like she finna whoop somebody's ass, and I've never seen her do it in all the years she's been on the show. And I don't really feel like Sweet Tea is the one that she's gonna whip. But did Sweet Tea the one who actually put a dent in that armor? Because we know nothing about Dr. Heavenly's life, and it is quite interesting that she orchestrated this season by being influential in, getting Greg and Sweet Tea to come back on the show, making sure Quad was there. So that would be the main storyline and strife of the season, and her issues aren't really being discussed, and then we find out that she has definitely gone upside Damon's head a time or two. Is this? I have so many questions. Is this recent? Is it not? Do y'all feel like there is things that she's not telling us, or is this just like a one-off? What do you guys feel about that? And did Sweet Tea actually get her? I don't know. What do you think?
I definitely think Sweet Tea kind of stood her ground on that. Um, Also, I would like to have known what Sweet Tea was saying when Heavenly was like, "You little girl," and I whoop you, because it was like
They muted the
you could
audio.
clearly see her mouth was moving, but it was like they muted it or blocked it
Yeah,
out.
she
But I
coming
would have
out.
liked to know what she's saying, and she did stood up. She would have definitely wore Heavenly out. I don't care. I would have put money on Letitia in that moment. Heavenly too loud and all of that. She would have got wore out. I do think that Heavenly got a lot of stuff. She hides or whatever. I think Heavenly on this show is what Giselle is on Potomac, whereas we don't really get a good deep look into the personal, because they're always in somebody else's, stirring up some other stuff amongst somebody else or whatever the case may be, or talking about somebody else. So it's like their focus is never really on themselves. It's always somewhere else. So we miss those storylines each time. So yeah.
Yeah, this particular scene, I was rolling with Sweet Tea because you can tell from even back in Toya's house, she tired. She just got off the damn plane. She's stressed out. She don't want to be doing this damn film, and she just got married, so reality set in. So sitting there arguing with Heavenly, the way she hopped up out that seat, out that pew, I was like, oh, she said, fuck the camera. She was she was finna get real serious. But you can also tell from her making that statement, Heavenly had the girl over there making her comfortable to tell her about her and Greg, because with a frying pan, that's how she was able to get all that stuff out of Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
Heavenly, she's doing she's being a production puppet. She's doing a little,
I don't like it. It's
sneaky
devious,
job. Yeah.
Sandy.
But Sweet Tea definitely, she was tired of playing.
Yeah,
Now
it's
we
devious.
the sheriff she did pull it up in the parking lot. Sweet Tea here. I was
Okay.
loving that. I was
When
loving that.
when she told her in the parking lot, "Girl, go on,
Get up off
me
me.
now."
We not even finna play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
And
playing with you
I
today.
feel like Sweet Tea, she might have knew Quad may be here, but she came specifically because she
For
wanted to
Heavenly.
Heavenly.
And
She
you want
wanted
to know why? Because Heavenly is the reason why she's on that show. And I feel like that's a genuine hurt. You brought me on this show to dog me out and take me out the game like this. That's not cool. So moving along with the event, Quad says that she has no issues with T. And then she gets to Simone and she says to Simone that, me and you were really close and we had a really close knit relationship. And she does not know where it all went wrong. And Simone wants to know, does Quad feel that she is better than the group and above them, or does she see them all as a sisterhood collectively? And Simone Quad says that she sees them all as a sisterhood collectively working towards a common good. And Simone says it's okay with me. So then Quad moves on to last and certainly most not least, Toya. And Quad and Toya got it popping the last 5 minutes of this episode. Quad says that if Toya is now listen to how she worded this because I made sure I got it right. Quad says that if Toya is willing to move forward, she's willing to let go of everything that Toya's ever said about her. Toya said, "Bitch, I'm the one that need to be worried about what you said." What? Like I really live for Toya in this moment because Toya was like, "Girl, this is what we're talking about. This one sidedness. You're willing to let go of everything that you said about me. Then you know that I said about you. And don't worry about it. We don't need to make up because you said things about me and my family as well. And Quad says, well then we'll just let it be where it is." Phaedra then says in her interview that she thought that Quad would take this time to be accountable for her actions and apologize, but she didn't, and she's disappointed. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the repass. And as we're moving on to the repass, I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. They move on to the repass, and Phaedra says that there are relationships in this group that haven't gone well. And Jackie says there are also great relationships in this group that have gone well. And Phaedra says, and there are also relationships in this group that have not gone well. Back to what I was doing. And I'm like, oh, girl, I need me some Phaedra versus Jackie. I need it. Um, they again open the floor to the ladies to speak or forever hold their peace. And Sweet Tea again takes the opportunity and addresses Phaedra for bringing Quad to her bachelorette because it was not the place for them to meet. Um, and T says she does not have an issue with Quad, but she does have an issue for Phaedra for pulling that stunt. Quad says, well, the people said, T, that you've been asking about me and you've been coming through my social media. And T wants to know, well, who said that? And Dr. Heavily just wants to make it abundantly clear that I was not the one who told her that. So that meant in my mind that Dr. Heavenly definitely was the one who told her that. Because the way she volunteered that information so freely, we know Heavenly by now. She definitely was the one who told her. Quad says that, uh, regardless to how country that Sweet Tea is and how she doesn't fit in the group, they're good. And again, in my opinion, and I'm going to open up the floor, it's another I'm going to dig. Like, I'm not seeing what, outside of her wanting to have boundaries about Quad that either makes sense or don't, depending on the situation, depending upon you, she has not actually said, well, Quad thinks she this and Quad thinks she that, and then it's this. It seems like it's just one sided, and I don't know why the digs are necessary. I'm going to open up the floor. I just want to get this out because it's the last part of the scene. Simone acknowledges that they all have hurt each other's feelings, and Simone and Heavenly agreed that tonight is the night for apologies. Toya says that she needs Quad to stop being so malicious about her and her family, and Phaedra asks, can Quad agree that the comments were malicious? And Quad wants to know, what comments? Who said that? What are you talking about? And I about jumped out of my bed and jumped to that TV and dropped kick Quad my damn self. Toya lets her know the comments, and the comments were that not only was she sleeping with some man in the neighborhood, but and cheating on her husband, but that she also set up Missing Tooth to be robbed and all of that stuff, and she didn't appreciate it. Quad says that she said things as well, such as that she slept with a contractor to get her house or whatever, and Toya says she did not say that, and Quad says, but you told it to her. You told it to her. You told it to her, putting her fingers all in Toya's personal space, and Toya told her, baby, don't you ever put your hands in my personal space. And so now they're doing this thing right here, and they have to be separated. And the night just did not end up going well. Um, However, you know, Phaedra says that she thought that Quad again was going to be doing some apologizing at this event, but it appears she came to fight with anyone who wanted to fight with her. Toya says that Quad makes everyone feel like she's beneath them. And Quad says that all of the ladies have worked hard and come from humble beginnings. And Dr. Heavily except for Sweet Tea. But it's only because you're 31. And I bust out laughing. All the other ladies laughed. And, Sweet Tea kind of took the joke on the chin. All of the ladies are leaving, but more conversations are needed to be had by Quad. And Jackie finally says to Quad, damn, so more conversations? Like, for real, girl, we really are sick of this. And Quad says, yes, more. They leave, and the event is over. And I ask you, what did you guys think of the rest of this event?
Hmm. I thought this could have been a really, really good scene as a whole, had it went, I guess, how Phaedra may have thought it was gonna, go. All the three theatrics, the funeral home, the casket, blah blah blah. Um, you can't say things like I set somebody up to be robbed, or I'm cheating with another man in the neighborhood, and bring people around to say whatever they're gonna say and all of that, and then get in front of me and you say, I know you done said stuff to me, and I'm willing to let it go if you are. No, that is not an apology, and that is not no clean slate. That's not how this works. Like, I wish Quad would have really taken this time, like how they were doing Portia at the reunion on season 10, I think, when they were saying you need to really take accountability for what happened between her and Candy and all of that. Somebody need to tell Quad that, but it's like Quad just has such an issue with saying, you know what, I said blank, blank, and blank. I apologize. Can we, or how can we move forward? I will, it's, of course they're gonna have moments where they're gonna throw shade or whatever it is that they do, but try not to go so far. Like, that takes it to a point where it's like, okay, this isn't fun anymore. It's like very, very serious now, like criminal serious. So I do wish that Quad would have taken this opportunity to really go ahead and say what she needed to say to each of the women, especially Toya, because that's where most of the issues are. She can always pick up the phone and call Simone and talk to Simone, or pick up the phone and call Jackie and talk to Jackie, or go see Jackie, or have dinner or whatever. But her and Toya's situation is a lot deeper, so she should have taken the time to really try and really nurture that situation to see if she wants to get on a path for the greater good of the common goal, or whatever it is that they're working towards. Also, don't point your finger in my face. Do not do that, because I'm gonna feel threatened, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab you, and we're gonna be up in the funeral home knocking over dead bodies and shit. Like, don't
Are you
do
gonna
that.
be one of them?
Exactly. Do not do that at all. I'm saying this to the people and the people in the chat. If y'all ever meet me, don't be pointing your finger in my face like that, because yes, I'm gonna try to go ahead and get you. Um, I'm joking. Not
No, he's
really.
not. He's not
But
joking.
no, but I do like that Toya checked that situation immediately, and it was just so odd to me. Where Quad was like, like, what did I do? As if she doesn't know what she's done to Toya, and she's even made comments since then on lives and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what I've done to Toya. Yes, you do. It's like, stop playing Quad. Like, I love you, but you got to go ahead and take some. You got to be accountable for what you said. And that's it.
Tammy?
That scene was a lot, and I'm trying to
Yeah.
wrap
It was
myself
a
up, because
lot.
everybody got on my damn nerves, Quad included.
Yeah.
So we can start at, I guess, when we finished with Sweet Tea and Heavenly. Okay, so basically, Quad popped out the casket, did her thing, looked crazy. They really could have had a conversation with substance. I agree with Antonio. She could have really opened the door, and maybe started off with what she was accountable for. Honestly, to nobody but Toya for me, because when it comes to the other girls,
Yeah.
I still don't know, other than she didn't call me after we filmed. Okay, y'all didn't call each other. For instance, Jackie, with the fakeness, the first person she asked was, let's kill the strife. Oh, Jackie, I don't have any strife. But you was just in the car being shady with Alicia about how y'all haven't spoke. You was just saying with other girls on the other episodes about how y'all haven't heard from Quad. Now is the time. So y'all want to talk about it amongst each other, but now the girl here, y'all want to talk about it with her. So do y'all want resolution, or do y'all just want to have conversation where it sounds like Quad is the problem? Whether she is or not, what are you going to do to make it better? It don't seem like Jackie cares to make it better. Whatever. Then she goes to Simone, and she asks Simone about her issue, and Simone's first response was, as a whole, she's not talking about the collective. Simone, she's talking about you and her relationship. And that's my issue that I have with it when it comes to, though, it's not a gang up on Quad. If she's trying to mend her relationship with you, or trying to have whatever conversation with you, Simone, keep it about y'all, because what has Quad done to Simone, other than maybe been annoying and gotten on her nerves? I don't know what Quad has done to Simone. Now, when it comes to Toya, I feel I wanted Quad to do that a different way, because regardless of, granted, you can say that she said that you were sleeping with the contractor, cool, but you did take that information that Carrie them said, and you brought it to the screen. And then when it comes to the dig with like Sweet Tea, she may be country, she doesn't belong in the group. Quad, you can't do that, because when you first came here, they felt that same way about you, and that's why this is your relationship with them, because they don't feel like you belong, which is why I said earlier they want this girl to be accountable to. But to me, it's, girl, we never thought you should have been here. You lucked up and married a doctor. You was just a hood rat from Memphis. But now that the doctor ain't here and you still around, we still got to deal with you. That's why I feel like it's to be accountable, because what is she really being accountable for other than what she's done to Toya? And Toya, that was your chance too to say something. Yeah, you said it at the table, but I mean, y'all, this is it's a bunch of, and then also Simone with the whole. So Quad can't just make an umbrella and say we've all messed up or I messed up. I'm sorry, but Simone can say we've all done wrong to each other. Let's just move forward. No, name it. What have y'all? So quit making this girl seem like she's crazy because she's annoying with how she presents herself. Y'all have all done things. Speak. Let's talk about it. Let's say
But Quad called
what
them
is
though.
going on.
Sammy,
Huh?
Quad called them to the carpet. So it wasn't necessary. Quad should have been, you can't really, if you really want to fully and truly own something, you can't worry about what that other person going
I agree.
own it or not. You got to
And
say, hey, I did X, Y, and Z. I apologize. I'll do A, B, and C going forward to make sure we don't end up in this point again. But you can't say, what have you done? No, it's not about
I
me.
agree with that, but I'm saying when they got to the repass, that was Simone thing. She wanted to just dead it. Well, we've all done no, because y'all just was annoyed with this girl because she was doing it. Now you sitting here doing the same thing. Like it was whack to me, and the whole back and forth. And I'm with you. Don't point your finger in my damn face, because I'm not going for that. But the same thing with Toya. All that you said that you're not going to be yelling in my face either. So if I was quiet, you lucky. All I did was point my finger back in your damn face. So it was just a constant of Toya does something with Quad's reaction is just it's the big blow up to me. That's what I saw for that. But Quad she could have been much better in that scene. If they're going to keep talking about this, they really, because I don't think out of all these 10 seasons, yes, the Quad she's talked, but I don't think they have ever just all really sat and had a real conversation of substance about what the damn issue is, other than because they can't just say I don't like you, we don't like each other. Is that what it is? And I don't know. It's annoying to me at this point. It could have been much better. But when Quad said to Simone, I'm cool enough to work for the greater good or whatever that was, to me, she was saying, look, we can film the show together and get us some checks, but after this, I don't give a damn about y'all. And Simone kind of gave, and
but she's always said that to them. Understand right now, I don't give a damn about anybody in this group. Season 4. She's been told them that. Now let me go ahead. I'm sorry, you guys. We actually have a line. Oh, look at all us. We got a line. So let me let these people on. Demisio, come on in the room. You got 30 seconds, bub. Now.
Just 30?
That's what
Okay.
we got a line.
I don't know why Dr. Alicia is there. I really don't. She ain't said, like y'all said, not 2 words. I'm glad Sweet Tea is holding Heavenly to the fire, because Heavenly is messy as hell and always just, just how she got on the show is just messy. And I'm glad Sweet Tea ain't fall. Like, girl, get going on with your fake self, because you ain't really here for me for real. You don't like me for real, so we not even finna sit up here and pretend and play these games. I definitely think she would have whooped Heavenly if push came to shove and they got the fighting for real. I definitely think she would have drugged her. I can't stand Jackie, and I really hope her and Phaedra get into it, because she don't like Phaedra, and it's kind of very clear she's made digs about Phaedra since episode 1. She don't like Quad either, but I don't think Quad gonna go there with Jackie. But I would definitely like to see Phaedra and Jackie, because I just can't stand Jackie, and it's about time somebody drug her down through the water. As far as Toya and Quad go, yes, Quad did take it too far last season with the robbery stuff and all that. Because, I mean, Eugene is a doctor, and that is bad on his reputation. I do agree with that. But we're not going to act like Tacky Toya and Eugene, with his big messy self, always in the women business, have not talked about Quad over and over and over and over as well. So it's been a tit for tat thing. So they both really should be apologizing to each other, in my opinion. Like I said, yes, Quad did take it too far, repeating what Carrie and them said. But like I said, Eugene and Toya have dog Quad every chance they got. So, like, Toya can miss me with the victim mentality. Like, she's just been done so wrong. No, girl, no.
All right, Demetrio, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
And let me tell you something. Don't get up and talking that mess no more. Bye. Talk to you later, baby, because you talking some bullshit. All right, we love Demetrio, though. Let me go ahead and let. Oh, wait a minute now. So Capricorn.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Hey,
So
Hey.
I got disconnected. I don't know
how,
what happened.
how we did you got 30 seconds on the clock?
All right.
Go.
All right, so real quick. So Phaedra, Quad, and Heavenly are a good messy trio. Love them. I enjoyed the theatrics with the funeral, but Quad should have risen up a little bit slower for the dramatics of it all. Goldie and Heavenly, they'll work it out. Um, I liken Quad taking a break from the group after wrapping the filming to Melody Cherie when she says she needs to take a break from the collective on Love and Marriage to regroup and get herself together. I think that's all that Quad does. So you disconnect from everybody and go work on, go ease your mind after the season. I also believe that Toya should also be held accountable for what she puts out in the ether. She said on camera that she wishes Eugene had a bigger Johnson. So people repeating stuff. She also said there was a hit on Anila. Yes, Quash shouldn't have repeated it, but Toya shouldn't have put it out there herself. I do agree that Quash should also take accountability, more accountability for what she said, for what she does, and that's all I got.
Well, thank you, Sir Capricorn. We are looking forward to you coming in with us every Tuesday. We really appreciate that. Thank you. All right.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having me.
Thank you. Baby. I forgot. We sensitive now. We can't say. I'm gonna say it anyway. Baby, Sir Capricorn came in here like he was dressed for the resurrection with us. Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen. Go
And
amen.
our
ahead.
last
Sir.
caller, baby, please. Baby, please.
Is this thing on?
All right, baby, please. Well, baby, please, I guess. I don't know. Baby, please ain't talking. We're gonna try one more time. Baby, please. Baby, please. All right.
That's a sign from the upper room that they don't need to be in here at this resurrection.
With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in with us and enjoying the show. I hope you enjoyed the show at least. That we gave you. We gave you some really good things to think about. And where we go for from here, I don't know. But the issues are laid out on the table and they're out there. So hopefully we'll get to address them in the next couple of episodes. Sammy, thank you. I am really proud of you because you resurrected holding Quad accountable for something, and I'll take it. So I appreciate you being here for
I always
once.
hold her accountable when I
That's not
tell
true.
her
It's
to
not
be
true.
accountable.
I don't know what you're yelling at, but it's
That
not
that
true.
is true though, Chase. That
It's
is
True.
true. It's true.
Sammy do be holding Quad accountable. Now you,
Yeah.
on the other hand, Chase, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that offline.
No, we can talk about it right now.
Cause
Oh, I
Uh-uh.
didn't.
baby, please, is in the chat trying to get back in here. Don't open that door for that girl.
Because they
We
got
gotta
a
go,
we
baby,
got a we got a
please.
whole new show we got to
We got a
usher in.
whole new show. We got to get on the air. I'm sorry, baby, please. Thank you, Antonio, for coming, showing up in all white like an angel.
Gotta get
With that
in.
being said, you guys like and subscribe. Baby, please is going to wear me out. With that being said, we have to go. Make sure again that you guys like and subscribe and stay tuned. Salt Lake City is coming up now.